Hello and welcome to Faithful Grace Studio. I'm Mindy. I'm the creator here at Faithful Grace, and I'm here to show you our brand new Pumpkins and Polka Dots Mega Junk Journal Pack. Put together, assembled with my own spin on it. I did a little different approach with this one as I did with the Falling for Fall video that you may have seen. Instead of using nothing but your traditional dark colored ink around the edges, I did use some colored ink that kind of coordinated with the color scheme of this journal. So some royal blue, an aquamarine. This is, I don't really know what color that's called. It looks gold on the pad, but it comes out more mustardy yellow. And then this is called Crackling Campfire, but it's more of a burnt orange kind of color. And I just did that. Some of you have heard me say this before. I'm a bad cutter, so when I'm cutting things out, I often have little white slivers of whiteness around the edges that I like to camouflage, and so I used the colored ink this time to do that instead of, and see, it's not real. Here's some pieces that you can see. This has the royal blue and this has the aquamarine on it. It's not real stark. It's just enough to kind of cover up the edges. So there were two little pieces of ephemera that I had left over. It's only two pieces that I had left over, and then I did have a sliver of the fabric that I used for the binding left over. So let me get the tray out of the way and I'll walk you through how I assembled this one. This one is tied together with a piece of fabric that I had from where I dismantled a chindi rug not too long ago, and I've loved it and I've wanted to use it for something, and I just haven't found the right thing. And this may not be the right thing just yet, but I'm kind of liking it. It's growing on me. I like the way that it looks. I just like it. I thought about cutting it off and making it a little shorter, but this end's got selvage on it and I don't want to get rid of that. And so I don't know. For now, it is on here, and it is just put through a piece of the ephemera. It's not fastened or anything, so it can be swapped out for something else later if I decide to. I did put this together with two signatures, as you can see, and use the fabric binding method along the spine. This fabric is reinforced on the inside with a piece of book tape, just to give it a little bit more reinforcement. I never glue completely down to the edges. I like that to kind of stick up, and eventually it will probably ravel a little bit, and I like that as well. This is a little little fabric scrap button dangle that I had in my stash that I just attached to the spine. I just thought that added a cute little whimsy piece to it. But now let's look at the inside. I did use, look at this gorgeousness. My last other fall junk journal kit is called Falling for Fall, and I really am starting to like fall colors better than I used to, especially when they're more contemporary, like this color palette and the color palette in the Falling for Fall. I'm not a huge dark orange, dark brown, dark green kind of person. This is much more along my style. So, gorgeous colors on the inside, lots of polka dots, lots of pretty watercolor type fall graphics. Got a page tab there. I did use some of the packing paper in this one, and I did use some, this is actually packing paper as well. It's just brown craft paper instead, and it's thicker than your average paper bag. It is actually a really thick piece of brown packing paper, and something came wrapped in it, so but it flattened out really nicely. Got a tuck spot here with a piece of the ephemera in it. Another page tab here, another piece of the This is actually a paper bag. This is a paper bag that came from Panera, I believe, and I cut it up and made paper out of it and used. So there's a piece of this, a piece of the thick brown craft paper, packing paper, and then the thin packing paper. There's a piece of each in each signature, so you'll see those. So there's 3, so 6, so 12 total pages you'll see in this book, but lots of lusciousness that came in the pack. Didn't have to do anything to these pages. They're just gorgeous as they come. There's the other part of the packing, the brown paper bag. A little kitty, precious. Got a tuck spot here with one of the pieces of ephemera in it that was adorned with a couple pieces of ephemera. More gorgeous designs, more packing paper, more gorgeous designs, polka dots everywhere. You guys know I love polka dots. This was one of the pocket tag pockets. The pocket tag pack can be purchased separately, or it comes as part of this mega kit, and it has enough pieces in it to make 7 of these pocket tags. At least 7. You could probably get 9 out of it depending on how you put them together. But this one, I assembled it, and then I had it laying on the desk, and I was like, you know what, I want to glue that in the journal. I want that to be part of the journal. So it has a pocket here and a pocket here. Here's our first fold out. This fold out has a pocket at the top. This is another one of those stacks of tags that I assembled together that with one of those little brads, the little folding brads that you can kind of move around. I really am liking that technique. I really like it. All right. Another tuck spot here with one of our, this is one of the pocket tags from the pack. Here's a piece of ephemera that's got a little tab on it, just slides right in there, and then you've got some of pieces of ephemera. There's a pocket, this is actually a piece of the fussy cut that came with the loaded tags. So this was another example of how I didn't worry about keeping packed with packs. So the loaded tag pack, the pocket tag pack, and the ephemera kit, and the tags, envelopes, and journal card pockets just kind of all blended together, and use them for all kinds of things. Piece of ephemera there just to kind of reinforce that seam, because this is our next fold out and our second loaded tag. Right, we've already looked at one, so this is our second loaded tag that has a card here that was just a piece of the ephemera that I folded and made a tab out of, some of the fussy cuts, and some of the pieces of ephemera just tied with a piece of the fabric scrap. This has a pocket, this folder has a pocket in it, and in this pocket, yep, is one of the pieces of ephemera that's stuck in there. And then this is one of the pockets from the pocket tag pack as well, that kind of opens up, and you've got this little slide place right here, and then you've got 2 pockets right there. And I just put a piece of ephemera on it in a couple of different places and made these little slide closures just so it'll stay closed while it's in the journal. All right, gorgeousness here. Now, here is a happy accident. I tore this page completely by accident, but I was so far into the process that I didn't want to take it out, and I didn't want to tape it or glue it or anything like that. So I just let it tear, just tore it all the way. Got this one little piece that you could make notes on, or scratch, doodle, or sketch, whatever you wanted to do. And then this piece I just folded up, glued down with a piece of the ephemera, and we've got a little tuck spot here. It's got a little tiny piece of the ephemera stuck in there. Just gives it something interesting. This is a hidden paper clip that I had in my stash that I just took a piece of I thought the colors blended fairly well, but I just took a piece of the ephemera and glued it on just to kind of really tie it together. And then we have it, page tab and pocket with a couple pieces of ephemera in it, some ephemera adorning the page there. Another piece of the page. And I told a story a while ago. I said it was the second, but this is it, loaded tag, second loaded tag. Bunches of the fussy cuts and some of the pieces of ephemera. This has a piece of ephemera slid down in it, and it resides in this belly band that was in the ephemera kit. There we go. There's the middle of the centerfold of our second signature. Just gorgeous colors, gorgeous designs. I love it. Here's a pocket. This is I've been working on making a bunch of altered playing cards. I got a bunch of these that I've made and a bunch that I'm working on, and this one just kind of coordinated it, and I just stuck it in here because I thought it would look cute right there. There we go, little tiny pocket with some of the ephemera stuck in. Here's another tuck spot that we can put something in later, and another tuck spot right there we can put something in later. And then there we have it. So I'd love to hear what you think. I am, like I said, I am more liking these fall journals more than I thought I would. I had resisted doing any quote-unquote seasonal designs just because unless it's springy looking, it doesn't really suit me. But now that I've done a few, I kind of like it. And I just dropped a holiday journal kit into the shop the other day. It's called Rebel Noel because it's not traditional colors either. So check that out. I'll put a link to that below. But I hope you enjoyed walking through this with me, and I hope you enjoy making your own.